Okay, today we're going to change the oil in this 2007 Honda Ridgeline. I'll walk you through the steps, tools you need, supplies you'll need to change it. The oil I'm using is just SuperTech 5W20 high mileage full synthetic, and the filter I'm using is an AC Delco PF 2057. Okay, before you start, make sure you raise your vehicle. I have it on some ramps. Set your parking brake, put a wheel chock behind your wheels, just so there's no chance it can roll off. I also took it for a ride before I opened up the drain plug, just so the oil's warm, that way it flows out better. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the dipstick, which is located right here. Set it aside, and I'm going to remove the oil fill cap. This will just help the oil flow out a little bit better when I open the drain plug. Okay, next I'm going to go underneath the vehicle. The drain plug is a 17 millimeter. Okay, the drain plug is located right here. We'll crack that loose. Make sure you have your drain pan ready. And we'll let that drain out. Okay, your oil filter is located by the passenger side wheel. I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. We'll take that out and we'll fill the new oil filter up with oil, and then we'll reinstall it. Okay, I got the oil filter loose. I used a pair of these. It's just an oil filter wrench. You can get them at Walmart. It's just like a pair of pliers. Once you get it loose where you can spin it off by hand, just unthread it. Just watch, because oil's going to come spewing out. Have some rags ready. Okay, and it's out. Now we'll let it drain for a minute or so, and then we'll put the new filter back on. Okay, we're down to a slow drip. I'm going to put the drain plug back in. Now, I don't know the torque spec on this. It doesn't need to be very tight. There's a crush washer on it. Wipe it off. Okay, now we're going to pre-fill this oil filter. Anytime an oil filter is in a vertical position like this one is, you want to pre-fill it. If it's horizontal, you can't really fill it at all with oil because it'll just run out. I'm just going to dump a little bit of oil in it, and then I'm going to install it. Okay, one thing you want to make sure of before you install it, you put a little bit of oil around this O-ring that's on the filter. That just helps it to seal, and also helps it for when you take it off the next time, that O-ring doesn't stick onto the engine block. Another thing, you always want to check on your filter you took off to make sure that O-ring's there. If that O-ring would have stuck to your block and you would have tried to thread a new filter on there, with two O-rings, it would definitely leak. Okay, now that I got the filter filled with oil, I'm going to hand tightly install it. Okay, the filter's installed. As I said earlier, you just want to make it hand tight. You don't need to put a wrench of any sort on it. Just get it as tight as you can with your hands. Now we have a new oil filter. The drain plug's back in and tight. Now we can put the oil in. Okay, I put my 4.5 quarts of oil in. I didn't bore you with showing you that. I'm going to put the fill plug back on and the dipstick back in, and I'm going to back it off the ramps, and then I'm going to shut it off and check the oil, make sure it's good, which it should be. I put in what it calls for. So I'll bring it back once I get it off the ramps and the dipstick pulled. Okay, I got the vehicle off the ramp, sitting on level ground. I shut it off. I pulled the dipstick tube out, wiped it off, inserted it back in. You can see my oil level is about right there. You can see right there is where the hash mark end and where they start. So I'm about 3/4 of the way up from the bottom. So I think I'm perfect right there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Really helps me out. Comment if I did something wrong or if you have questions. Again, thanks for watching.